Okay, this podcast or video thing is sort of a reaction to the Ron Paul homeschooling book that I've been reading. So just sort of some general reactions is it's pretty interesting that he has written this book and then it's on the bestseller list. The entire book is making a lot of claims and he does not provide any data whatsoever. So it's kind of just interesting. It's really interesting to read something from that extreme point of view of his and kind of get an insight into what other people that support him believe in and whatnot. One thing that really sparked an idea was this idea of like Ron Paul versus Headstart programs, because Ron Paul, in his book, he's all about homeschooling. He believes that it's the parents' duty to be home, teaching their children, persuading their children of their beliefs and how to function in society. So you have that, and then you have the other side, which is Headstart, or the Perry School, the other type Headstart type programs that we read about. And these programs aim to help the disadvantaged students or children in the United States. And one of the main things that I found interesting in the Head Start article was they defined disadvantage as at risk of abuse or neglect, lack of maternal education, limited English proficiency. So not just about socioeconomic status or family income. So I would kind of like to know how Ron Paul would respond to the Head Start program. How would he take all the data, the articles like the ones we read for today or for Thursday's class, how would he take that data and argue against it? How would he, or I guess sort of the questions that I would like him to respond to would be what happens with immigrant families who can't speak English. So you have parents who come to the United States, can't speak English, but they're expected to be home homeschooling their children to be able to function in society. I don't really know how that one would work out. Or what happens when the mother needs to work or both parents need to work. What happens when the home environment isn't safe for the child? They should still be home being homeschooled? I don't know. What if their parents can't provide them food? Should they still be home being homeschooled, or is it more beneficial for them to be in school receiving free and reduced lunch? These are sort of just some questions that I would like to hear his response to, because it is very clear that the Head Start or the other early childhood intervention programs are addressing equity, and they're figuring out how to bring these students from disadvantaged families or just disadvantaged environments up to par with the rest of the American society. So I would like to know how he is addressing equity in his homeschool philosophy. He's really just mainly focused on the parents instilling their beliefs in their children. But what if the parents aren't functioning members of society? Should they still be instilling their beliefs in their children? Because wouldn't that just create the same cycle of maybe some of the issues we have in society today? Like how is that beneficial for the children or for the rest of society in general? So these are just some questions that really sparked my interest that I came up with basically while I was reading the Head Start articles for homework and simultaneously reading through the Ron Paul book.